I'm going to give you a few ways that I handle objections so they're no longer an issue and they no longer arise. Getting rid of objections before they arise and handling objections as they come. Let's start with number one, acknowledging. If you do end up getting an objection in a phone call or a sales interaction, the first thing you want to do is acknowledge the objection. If you pivot straight to your statement and don't acknowledge what the client's actually saying, they think you're not listening and you don't care. So if somebody says, I really don't like the cost, I would say, hey, I totally hear you. That makes sense that you wouldn't like the cost, but let me tell you why the cost makes sense. And you go back to the benefits of them doing business with you. If somebody says, I really don't need it right now, man, I'm not financially ready for it. I totally understand. I know things could be financially tight right now for you, but let me tell you why this is going to make sense for you, and it's going to put you in a better financial road. Boom, 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 done with the benefits. Oh, I got to talk to my wife or I got to talk to my husband about this before I make any decisions. Yeah, I totally hear you. I got to talk to my wife about any big decisions as well. Let me tell you why your wife or husband should be happy with this option. So the first thing you want to do is always acknowledge the objection and then pivot back to the benefits or the emotion of why they're doing the solution with you and go back to close. Okay, that's the easy part. Now how about getting rid of objections before they even arise? You typically know the clients you're talking to and the objections you're going to get before you get them. If I was to tell you I'll give you $1 million briefcase to tell me what the objection is going to be from this client before they give you an objection, what would you guess? And then when you think about the things you would guess, why would you guess them? If somebody's older and they haven't made a big decision in a while, I might think that they're going to want to wait or think about it. That's an objection I would guess. If somebody has spreadsheets on their desk and they tell me they're shopping around, I already know that the shopping objection is coming. If I have somebody that keeps mentioning their husband or their wife, I know that the spouse objection is coming. You typically know the objections you're going to get. How do you get rid of them? Or say them first before the client says it. And I call them moles. You know those moles, the whack-a-mole game where you gotta whack them? Figure out what you think the client's objections are and then you whack them like moles throughout the phone call or throughout the sales interaction. So if I know somebody's a shopper, I might mention shopping 3 or 4 times before they do. I might say, hey, I know that you've been shopping this around. Here's the reason you're gonna love working with us. Later in the call, hey, I know you've been shopping this around. I was actually able to make this a very easy process for you and get rid of blank and blank. And I'll keep planting those seeds throughout the phone call to let them know why they shouldn't shop. And then what you'll find by the end of the call, they're not going to shop anymore. Or you're going to reduce that percentage of them wanting to shop because how many times you mentioned it and made them feel comfortable about it. So know the client's objection and then try to squash those moles as you go by planting seeds about why they shouldn't have that objection before they even say it. It's like if you're giving me a call at Sunday night, I usually sleep in and you want me to come by and hang out with the boys. And my excuse is going to be I'm tired, I have work tomorrow. Well, if you call me and tell me, hey man, I know you're tired, I know you have work tomorrow, I need you to come by for just 1 hour, we're doing blank and blank, we're waiting for you. Like if you hit me with that at first, it's going to be hard for me to say, oh, I'm tired, I have work tomorrow because you already told me I'm tired and I have work tomorrow. And you told me why I should still come. So that's going to decrease the percentage of me saying no because you're drawing out my objection before I draw it out myself. Lastly, I want you to think of your sale interaction like a back massage. A good masseuse gets rid of all the knots in your back. And once all the knots in your back are gone and you have a smooth back, you walk out with a good massage and you typically leave a tip. But imagine going to the opposite massage, where a masseuse massages your back, moves your knots around, but doesn't get rid of them completely and they're still on your back. That's a bad massage. A great salesperson, like a great masseuse, wants to get rid of every single objection the client has before they get to their presentation. Because once you do that, you have a smooth back. And just like a great masseuse, you're a great salesperson. So that's 3 things, again, you could take away from this video, which was knowing your client's objections, getting rid of them before they come by planting seeds about them. It was if you get an objection, you want to acknowledge it, let them know you're listening, and then go back to the benefits and why they should do this with you. And number 3, look at your sale like a back massage. Are you getting rid of every single knot and are you ending your sales interaction with a smooth back? That's some ways I handle objections.